questions?
What do you think D did in the game? D winners.
D was fun. I mean, he played hard. He was flying around. It wasn't perfect, some of the execution stuff, but just seeing him, like I was saying, just taking that next step to cut it loose, you saw that. So it was fun to see D get out there, get some playing time, and play fast and violent.
With him, he's so fast. I mean, is it you have to worry about playing too fast sometimes? He's kind of running beyond tackles, things like that?
No, it's just assignments sometimes and just knowing where to line up and just being in the right spot. It's just details, just like the fundamental details. And then once you have that and that second nature, that's when you see him really flying and taking his shots. And we want him to play like that just all the time. So it's just how can we cut it loose like that as consistently as possible.
Nick, what did you see from Renardo Green on Saturday?
I saw a young kid that played a lot and played two spots in the same game, playing nickel and corner. And, you know, it's really cool to see that he could handle that and played well. Again, it wasn't perfect, but like some of the stuff he did was really competitive. And, you know, getting that many snaps and being able to do those two things was awesome.
Nick, what are you seeing from Curtis Robinson this year?
Curtis, he continues to get better. You know, he's been here 3 years and he made some really big plays for us. You know, the play before the play when Malik made that nice hit, he had the good tackle on the third down to keep it to fourth, and had another touchdown-saving effort tackle on the screen where they threw out that screen on the 3rd and 10, and you know, we had a missed tackle, and he starts getting out of a couple tackles, and he makes that tackle. I think they might score. So the effort of him to make that play, get off the block early, and just fly across the field, held them to a field goal attempt, and they missed the field goal. So that and just command in the huddle was good to see. Curtis can play all three positions. He had a good game.
Like the offense has been hit harder by the injuries than maybe the defense has. How does it hurt much that you're losing these Saints practices when you are fairly healthy on defense?
I think Kyle made the right choice. I think just situationally, I think it was kind of a culmination of things. And, you know, the decision was about, is it what's best for the team to make us ready for week one? And I think it was just the right decision. And how he explained it to everybody was exactly what he felt. And I think it was the right choice.
You talked about Malik Mustapha. What did you see from him during the first game?
Someone who cut it loose the entire game and played physical. The stuff that we saw on tape in college, why we loved him, really a violent player. He played smart too, you know, as far as being able to communicate, be in the right spots, but that he didn't hesitate and played with the violent finishes that you saw and everyone saw. It was really cool. Really, he had a good game.
Beal got a lot of work. How did you think he did?
He made some nice plays, wasn't perfect. Want him just being more aggressive and just cutting it loose and playing as fast and as violent as he can at the line just every single time. But his effort was there, his finish was there. He made a couple nice tackles that they probably would have got more yards if he didn't. So he just needs to play more. That's just the bottom line. I think the more he plays, the better he's going to get.
Why do you guys like bigger defensive ends, like 270 as opposed to like 240?
Well, I mean, you got to set an edge. I mean, if you can be bigger and still be fast and still get to the quarterback, that's always a good thing, right? I don't think it's always you're going to confine yourself with you have to be this size always. You know, if you can, you know, set an edge and knock somebody back, knock a tackle back and set that edge and you're at a different weight, and that's fine too. It's more about how they fit the scheme and, you know, you're going to do the right stuff that we need to play good defense.
What would you say is your overall assessment of your defense at this point?
Right now, I would say it's good, and we're continuing to get better. I love our energy. I think we can always compete more. I think we've taken the ball away. I feel like we could have taken it more in the game. We just got the one. I know we had the 2 4th down stops, which we love to count those as, you know, turnover on downs. I like how we're playing aggressive and we're communicating well. Depth-wise, really even the young guys and the new guys. My favorite part is how our guys compete and how they're getting closer together as a unit, because we did have a lot of new guys. So what's exciting is how much they're gravitating towards each other and really making this defense their own.
Traditionally, you guys have kept 9 or 10 defensive linemen, gone heavy at depth. What was your kind of comfort level with that group right now? And do you feel like you have that many guys who would be, you know, 53?
I think we'll find out. I think they're competing, and you know, it's a competitive group. I think really on all three levels it's really competitive. So I think however the numbers sort out, we're going to have the best number of guys that we need for week one. Really, it's never, every year's a little bit different. So it's, hey, if we got this many linebackers or DBs or D linemen, you kind of just make that choice based on who's separating themselves and where we think that this guy's the best for our team.
Along those lines, Kalia Davis's injury seems to open up an opportunity. How are Brown and Anderson doing at that position?
First off, that sucks Khalil was having an awesome camp. He really had a heck of an off season. Just talking to him, he was excited. For him, it was, I talked with him, it was about being consistent and being who he is all the time. I know he'd had some injuries in the past, but I loved how he was playing. I was so fired up for him. And it was every day, and he has good energy too. So it wasn't just his mindset and how he is as a person and how he was as a player, but he was playing good too. So I was bummed about it, but to know that he can come back and will come back, and talking to him yesterday on the phone too, like he knows that, come back stronger. And now it's the next man up, just like any position. So with those guys, step up, right? It's their opportunity to show us what you have. You have 2 more weeks, 2 more preseason games, and as good as Khalil was doing, let's see someone else, step up, be that consistent. How fast can I, grow in this system and do it the right way and be aggressive?
If Wanda is not ready for week one, do you feel pretty confident saying George Odom would be the starter?
He's done a heck of a job. He's gotten the ball a lot. Don't rule any competition out or set anything in stone. We do have time left, but Gio's done an awesome job. So has Tig, so has Malik, all the guys that we have. It's competitive, but Gio he's gotten better. Like I said, even from last year to this year, from the year before to last year, he continues to grow, with his communication, with how he gets the ball, and feeling comfortable in our system.
That's it. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.